welcome back to Let's Play. What today? 11th night of school. It's the 4th of January, but I'm on a break from. Well, clearly not recording because here I am recording anyway, but uploading. So when I upload the part of Spyro that I'd recorded, then officially on the break, you know. Kind of relax a bit, you know, just like be like, yeah, chill, but also record, so you know, every now and then so you get parts done and shit, so that when I do just like, okay, back to uploading, I actually have a decent amount of recording done in advance, you know. And I also heard that I think he died today as I'm recording this, the 4th. Derek Acorah. Just like, who the hell is Derek Acorah? Well, he was a British medium. Of course, much like any medium, you know, not legit, really, is it? He was like exposed as a fraud at one point on the show he was on, Most Haunted, way back in the day, and having, you know, watched programs like that and Ghost Adventures a lot the past few years, year or so, it's like the highlights of watching old Most Haunted episodes was Derek Acorah's ridiculous possessions and his odd body language at times, where he just like swing his arms around. So over here it looked like he was dancing, and well, that's about it, really. His unintentional comedy that he had in The Most Haunted was a highlight, because really, Most Haunted is kind of, it puts you to sleep. The one thing I like about Most Haunted, old or later, newer episodes, is when there's, you know, a bit of comedy to it. Otherwise, it's just like, just people just going like, I mean, it's not like Ghost Adventures where there's at least some life to it. It feels lifeless unless, like, it's specific people that have a bit more personality, and Derek was definitely one of them. It's just like, if you've never seen any clips of Derek Acorah, and, like, to know what I'm talking about when I say, like, unintentional comedy gold, look up, Derek Acorah, Mary Loves Dick, or some of his possessions, because it's just unintentional comedy gold. So rest in peace to him. So Jans are gonna be a dick, though. Let's get down to business. Should be able to get Sung-Ah Kim's endings in this part, or at least one of them. Depends how long it takes to get there.
너 지금 무슨 짓을 하는 거야? 아무도 학교 밖으로 못 나가. 죽어! 지켜요! 들어가야 해요! 안 돼! 저기에 내 딸이! 이거 너! 안 돼! 안 돼! 니놈들이 내 아이를 죽였어!
Is it just me, or
너도 마찬가지야. 어째서 내 딸만 죽어야 하는 거야? 너도 겪어봐. 내 딸의 고통을.
Do you know what I mean about that scream at the end? I mentioned it in the first playthrough. You can tell that's the Korean voice actress. The Korean voice actress, I feel. I mean, the English voice actress also has an air of intensity to her voice doing that. But the Korean one is like straight up like complete madness, which really fits well. But what I was about to say there in that scene was, did that bat have barbed wire on it? Because I've never noticed that before. It's weird, isn't it? Like, in the English version, that scene where Shoso going, my daughter's in there, sounded a lot more, you know, kind of solemn. It's like, oh, what's in there? You know, kind of, like, really kind of like a kind of, I don't know how to describe it, kind of. It's not like, ah, my daughter's in there! I don't know, it's like two different, distinct, different styles of the way it's voiced, really, isn't it? Which is neat. Korean voice acting is definitely more intense, much like that.
불쌍한 내가 끝까지 지켜줘.
야, 너 괜찮아? 다친 데 없어?
No, I think I nearly got killed just now. Yeah, I'm fine.
그래도 다행이야. 대체 널 왜 죽이려고 한 걸까?
I don't know, she was bad about her dead daughter. I think she went crazy after her daughter died.
죽은 딸이라면 설마... 지금 이러고 있을 때가 아니야. 아까 강당 쪽에서 지영이의 비명이 들렸어. 불길한 예감이 들어. 소영이가 마지막으로 뭔가를 꾸미고 있는 거야. 넌 먼저 강당으로 가. 강당에서 만나자.
No, just randomly thinking as the more I play this game, I'm just like, I haven't been to college in a long time, and I just like, I always like learning these language courses and all that. Like, you know, Japanese, Welsh, I did a little bit of Mongolian, which I've since forgotten. The one thing that stood out to me with Mongolian is the alphabet they use. I mean, they've got multiple alphabets. One alphabet they use is the same alphabet that, you know, Russian uses and stuff like that. So it made me realize, like, maybe that's how, like, some of those letters are supposed to be pronounced, because maybe it's no different. Like, whatever language you use as an alphabet uses the same sounds, maybe some slight differences. But anyways, I was just thinking, it's like, maybe I could try a bit of Korean. That'd be interesting. But, you know, before making any progress here, I'm gonna save the game, because there's two endings. One ending involves us going all the way up there to alter the outcome by putting the cassette in the box that Sung-ah mentioned before we came to this building. Just like, I bet nobody even remembers that's even there, you know, as she would word it. So, you know, I'm gonna pick that up first. I'm gonna go for the yellow ending first, of course. But, you know, just have it on hand so that when we reload the game at the end of the first ending, we can just go straight to the second ending. Well, not necessarily straight to the second ending, but close enough, you know. Let's get this show on the road. We can't take the knife, though. Yeah, well, this also means that this playthrough is coming to its conclusion, which means moving on to the next playthrough, where we'll finally, at long last, see a lot more of So Young, you know? We'll see how the story plays out. I'm doing in this order because, one, this is the order I did in when I played the game, originally early last year when I got it, for Christmas, the year before, because I played it through January and February and stuff like that. And I feel like it's the order that fits the most in context of the plot, you know? because it's like, it feels like it gradually reveals elements of the plot with each ending. It's like if you jump straight into So Young's ending, it's a bit confusing. You're just like, well, no, not necessarily confusing, but it reveals like how the plot goes straight away, and I'd rather it kind of be like, have an element of mystery before going to So Young's ending, you know? Because So Young's ending will reveal a lot. And then you got, what's her face, the extra character, whose name I keep forgetting. But she's got her own mini little route playthrough thing. And her story also expands further on to the plot of the game. Which is why I'm leaving that till after So Young's endings. But when I do So Young's route, I will, you know, avoid getting the best ending, so that I can save that for the very last playthrough. Just so that I'll have like a bit of a more conclusive feel to it, you know. And it'll be on hell mode as well, so I'm not looking forward to that bit, you know. But I think I'll play So Young's route the first time, which will be after this playthrough. I think I'll play it on easy mode, or maybe even very easy mode, so we can get the notifications. It's not like to make the difficulty easier or anything like that, because it doesn't really make much of a difference to me. Well, it can if it's really high on the difficulty, but you get the idea. I can get through this game fairly easily, even with it being difficult on the higher difficulties. It's just hell mode that I don't like, because of the ridiculous difficulty spike with, you know, permanent game over more or less if you run out of pens. Pretty sure there was... yeah, there it is. Now, since I'm kind of lacking on healing items a bit, I mean, I've still got the first aid kits, but still. I'll take some of this. I have a coffee to go. But don't forget to fake that smile. Like the song. That should do. Oh no, look at this mess! It's gonna blow! I find this part of the game to be a bit disappointing, because there's really not a lot to it. It's like the final act of the game, and it's just like, you don't get to explore a lot of areas or anything. It's just, here's what you gotta do. You just come in here, you do that, and then you go in there, and then you'll see, essentially. And it's not really much to it. You know, I would say, you know, if you saw the New Year montage, what did you think of the White Day section, the bizarre pan flute bit I had added in at one point in it? Like, how bizarre does that sound compared to this music? Because that was kind of the inspiration. Make it sound as weird as possible to fit White Day. But then I remembered, you know, I added all the White Day clips to the end of the previous part. Pretty probably see it even if you haven't. It's a new montage. But yeah, would you say my pan flute playing, if you can even call it that? Because I can't play wind instruments and shit. Is that more or less bizarre than this soundtrack to the final boss fight thing? This is just silly. Not quite as silly as Doppelganger. But you can hear that instrument in the background, just strumming away. That was kind of the inspiration for the guitar bit. And then I just like added in some improv where I just literally just play just harmonics and just generally make noise with the guitar rather than like singing like music. Thinking more of what could sound bizarre, more of a Tom Morello kind of thing. How can I make my guitar sound not quite Tom Morello? You know, kind of makes a weird sound with the guitar, kind of a bit more of a musical playing kind of thing. I literally like put both hands on the guitar, like where the frets are, not the frets, the pickups are, so like create the bizarre sound where like make it sound alien and shit. Which was really good because I was playing around up like putting on a loop chord that pretty much made the whole thing medium mode. Really fit to me. Makes it, you know, sound mysterious and shit. On top of that, there was also that old movie track that I put together. Just playing chords and it sounded really nice. And I just played over it. That's pretty much the New Year montage in a nutshell. I improvise something and then I play over it. Or I improvise something and leave it at that. Sometimes I don't, like, you know, record two guitars. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's just keyboard, and sometimes it's keyboard and guitar. Sometimes I incorporate melodies from the game that, you know, the part of the music is playing over. All the times, it's just 100%. Either way it goes, it's almost certainly have a bit of improv thrown in. I mean, seriously, it was an hour 26 minutes of New Year montage. I mean, think of that. It's like, oh fuck, I don't have the other one. Shit. How did I not pick it up? But I mean, think of that. Like, it's just like most musicians and bands would have like, you know, they'd have like albums and shit. It wouldn't go an hour 20 odd minutes. I mean, there's probably some bands that have musicians or that. But that is kind of a ridiculous length, isn't it? That's how I kind of see the New Year montages these days. Kind of like original like albums of sorts, really, isn't it? Well, whatever. Alright. Yeah. Staying after the montage video, that's escaping a number of times already. Very, very strange. The thing that boggles my mind the most is when I looked at the list for my New Year montages. It has 9 videos, montages within it. So that implies I've been doing this for at least 9 years now. I was like, oh, really? Has it been that long? 9 years of this? Like nearly a decade, man. think we gotta do this twice, technically. So we gotta play through the boss again for the second ending. It's gonna be mildly annoying.
이게 대체 어떻게 된 일이야? 네가 날 구해준 거야?
I think it's all up now. You can't have I think it's all up now.
정말? 이제 여기서 나갈 수 있는 거야? 미안. 아무래도 아파서 못 걷겠어. 좀 쉬고 있을게. 난 여기 있을게. 가서 성아를 좀 찾아봐. 걱정된다.
It's not safe for you to be alone. You should be okay on your own.
괜찮아. 항상 혼자였는 걸 뭐.
Well, if you say so. It's just a bit awkward after that exchange, isn't it?
왜? 성아를 찾으러 간다며. 난 쉬고 있을 테니까 빨리 가봐.
Fire token, I wouldn't turn down as a fire. Symbol on it gives off a lucky vibe. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where I switch the where is it? The voice acting back to English. It's just like, oh, but why? Don't worry, I will switch it back to Korean. I've got, my current idea is in the next playthrough, because I want the credits in Korean as well, you know, the song, just to show the Korean version of it, which is nice, which is obviously the original version, really, isn't it? But however, in the next playthrough, I won't have it like Korean voice acting all the way through. The idea was kind of just like having the English voice acting and all that, but then it switches to Korean voice acting for this because it's like mostly scenes we've seen already anyway. So that's pretty much the idea. If it's scenes we've seen before, I'll just switch it to Korean just so that we'll get something different. But like, there's an ending, one of So Young's endings, where I will like switch it to Korean for it, so that we'll get the credits, you know, in Korean, and then get the second of our 3 endings after that, but in English. You know, essentially that's kind of the idea. Anyways, let's not dawdle around here, otherwise we won't be getting both endings in one go here because of how long it takes to get there. It's gonna be surreal. You're just like, hey, now you're speaking English again? This one goes, yeah, it pretty much goes through an ending straight away in both scenarios like this.
Hee-min. Hey, Hee-min. Hee-min, wake up. What you looking for? It's fine. It's all over. But I think
think that Ji-Hyeon is hurt. Let's go outside and try to call for help. Come on. What's wrong? Aren't you coming?
Hee-min senses something's a bit off here. He'd be right for thinking that. Because that... I mean, we didn't have any interaction with So-young at all, really. There's a scene that will play after the credits, if I recall. But it's just like, what was that? You know?
To the sky, sunshine reminds me.
I'll just let the credits play because I like the song. Plus the, you know, the animations they have on the side there kind of gives the credits a bit of life to it. Which I feel is lacking in some games, you know. Some games just have plain credits and nothing else. Not even images, just a blank screen, like a black background and just white text and that's it. Save it take me with you. Far away to the place of love. Take me with you to the endless something where the dream has not end. And that guy got his head bashing with a bat. I just find that a little bit hilarious. You got this intense kind of like, alright, or whatever. And then suddenly just got the jack to beat the shit out of that guy. It's weird though, isn't it? The soundtrack of the game is just bizarre. Very, you know, it's like the electricing Yoko Ono, like the soundtrack or something. You know? Then suddenly you got this nice little pop ballad credits. I mean, you also have that nice little piano track, I guess, but it's mostly just bizarre. It's like, I'm not sure what instrument it's played on, but where it's like, and loads of over the top kind of, and he's making scary noises. That person else unsure hand no, that's what I don't know why she got her separate down the cat. What's up with that? Vigilance, Goonface, and District Reynolds, the Butcher Fury. That's two different people. And Spooky Boy as well. And the Berserker. And the Slasher. I wonder if that's nicknames they had for each other while they were working on the game. Just like, okay, we're making the English adaptation, so let's give each other like nicknames. I wonder if this pass is gonna be a pain in the ass to edit. I hope not. You know, the whole reason that like I'm taking the break for the video is because putting it together and editing it was hell. So I do not want to freaking deal with pain in the ass video editing, you know, quite as much, you know, right now. Well, I prefer not for it to be a pain in the ass in general, but yeah, what can you do sometimes, you know?
Don't leave! I'm still in here! Can you hear me? Please don't go! Here! I'm here!
What's wrong? What is it? Something wrong? Then let's hurry up and go.
Please don't leave me here. Please. Oh, please. Young.
Dun dun dun. Man, you can see it in the expression on her face. You can probably guess what's going on there, really. But Ji-Hyeon, her sister, that was the ghost that was that we saw, you know, hanging herself and then just crawled towards us. So that was her all along. But we've still got another ending to go for. But you see what I mean? Like, going this route, it's like, it still has an air of mystery to it. It's like, oh, now things are starting to come together, but we don't have the full picture yet. That's why I'm leaving So-Young's route till after this one, because in doing that, it'll keep like some information still kind of vague, while at the same time, you know, revealing quite a bit of plot here. I mean, just playing through the game, it seems obvious what one of the twists is, but I, for some reason, didn't notice it the first time I played the game. I didn't even bother going through here, because the janitor was like, you're not allowed around here, because he was being an asshole. Might as well, you know, come in here. Wasn't there? I think it's around here. I've got a use for it. There you go. Could use a lunchbox, I guess. Right closet. Documents of the labyrinth, which we still haven't really gotten anything very labyrinth-esque in this game yet. We will, in the next playthrough, get a bit more something along the lines of a labyrinth, you could say. So right there, it's just like, she's standing right there, and Hee-min Lee, I guess, doesn't notice her, and she just buggers off, I guess. But yeah, you put the cassette in there, and when you play through the game and, you know, go look for Sung-ah, you'll get a different ending. What was I saying before that, though? I forget. Lost my train of thought, as usual there. Wait, what am I doing again? Oh yeah, just go right to the auditorium. So, you know, like, in Ji-Hyeon's route and Sung-Ah's route, which are kind of linked together, really, they kind of go in the same path. Just like how you act at the end of it alters the ending, whether you get Ji-Hyeon's endings or Sung-Ah's endings, you know. You can't get So-Young's endings, obviously, if you're on this route, because you don't really interact with So-Young. You meet her that one time when she gets abducted by the tree, and that's it. You see her, like, wander around here and there, but that's about it. You've got to purposely follow her if you want to go for her routes, which has a lot more plots. And it'll be a completely different, like, because Ji-Hyeon and Sung-Ah's route is pretty much linked together, it was been mostly just stuff we've seen in the first playthrough throughout the second playthrough, really, hasn't it? But So-Young's one will be very different in terms of plot. because there's pretty much just new scenes that we haven't seen yet because we haven't interacted with her really. And like I said, there will, you know, that whole labyrinth theme, like how it's in the title and all, that labyrinth name school, that will start to make a lot more sense, kind of, in So-Young's route. I mean, the closest to a labyrinth we've seen so far was the invisible bridge that was over the rooftop pool. Pretty sure there was a tranquilizer over there, but I can't be bothered. Maybe it was on the other side. Doesn't matter. It's like picking up all this shit doesn't have any real purpose here, since just go for the boss again and, you know, get away. No need to talk about picking shit up that we don't need right now. Get the show on the road. Oh yeah, that's one other thing in the New Year montage that I forgot to mention in the previous part. Was the little song that I put together at the end as a kind of improvised song in place of, you know, that's in a Miku song, because I didn't end up recording it. Because I didn't have the time, the patience and whatnot for it. And like, pretty much the lyrics were just like, at least, you know, 2 lines of comments on the games, as well as introducing what game I played the year. And for White Day, it was like, White Day, a labyrinth named School. And I was like, ooh, and then it was like, because it's the first lyric I wrote down for it, because originally I was gonna just improvise the lyrics as well, but I had trouble doing that. And the lyric was like, Sang-ah Kim's a moody girl, hee-min Lee's a clueless fool. It kind of goes together well. It was just like, goes from Sang-ah Kim's a moody girl, hee-min Lee's a careless fool. So I'm not careless, clueless fool. I'm surprised I even nailed the lyric the first time around on that. In the clan and section. But other than that, it's kind of smoothly. It actually flows quite naturally. Even more so considering I didn't write down any chords. Chord progression was completely improvised. Which is funny, because it even had a key change or 2 in as well. Like in the spiral bit, it's like C major right into D major. And then I think I switched back to C major at some time. Try manually. About that is I mentioned the White Day twice in the song. I screwed up with the lyrics. I was reading the lyrics that I written down, and I said White Day twice. While I was like going through the games, it was like Wind Waker, Resident Evil 2 and 3, White Day. It kind of went in an order like that, essentially. Then right at the end I said White Day and a cameo for Final Fantasy X. But I'd already mentioned the White Day at that point, so what about it's all wrong here? Because I think of the New Year montage again, so I might actually upload that random little song as it goes in the video. It's random. It pretty much sums up the year. In the first lyric, it's like 2019 was a mediocre year. And then I listened to the song. That song. Each game that I played. Visual novel. And There's basically little comments on, again, kept it pretty straightforward and simple. And then it's just like, Happy New Year to you, and whatnot. Like, thanks for watching. And that was it. That was the song. Yep. Should have known better. At least this isn't like Resident Evil 7. Where, the game doesn't pause just because you open up the inventory. One disastrous thing that kept happening in Resident Evil 7 before I realized I could just use the D-pad to move around in the menu, because I was using the analog stick and it's freaking sensitive as fuck when you open up the inventory. And if you're like in a panic trying to get the one lock to the keys, really more annoying. Because it just flies all over. Oh yeah, 40 minutes, 41 minutes. This is gonna be long, but come on. Better not have a lot of audio and video skipping, because that's just annoying.
What happened? Did you save my life?
I think it's all over now. Are you okay? Did you get hurt?
Yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I don't think that I can walk right now. My ankles hurt. I'll wait right here. Can you go and find Songa? I'm scared for her.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own? It's not safe for you to be alone.
Well, I think I'm alright.
Well, if you say so. What's the crouch button? What is the crouch button? I forget. Oh, square.
What? I thought you were going to find Songa.
Yeah, working on it. I mean, 40 odd minutes into this recording here. It's just get it over with. Get the endings, man. Get both endings. Call it a part. And after that, next part will start off with the third playthrough where we'll focus on So-young. We'll finally get around to her route. I will switch the voice acting to Korean again as well. Up until the point where we encounter So-young for the second time. Then I'll switch it back to English. And you know, I might actually change the character models as well before we first encounter So-young. Just so we can see the retro and how scary the retro models look.
Hey, hee-min. You're okay. What a relief. Did you find Ji-Hyeon?
That's not gonna open that.
Hey, can I have one of those candies?
Like put that?
You can't give them to her now, can you?
Well, So Young or Ji-Hyeon? Weird looking candy, isn't it?
Stop. Let's just leave. We don't need that anymore.
You sure that's candy, hee-min? Look more like a bloody pill.
Look, it's open. What's wrong? Don't you want out?
You know, like I mentioned, he didn't even touch that though. He's got force powers there. It's like, it's very clear that, you know, something is quite a bit off about Sung-Ai, isn't it? I mean, it's very clear throughout the plot in general, really, isn't it? But Hee-min Lee, you know, despite in the New Year montage, in the little song at the end where it was like, Hee-min Lee's a clueless fool. He's not quite all that clueless. I mean, he doesn't know necessarily what's going on, but you can tell by the way his facial expressions, like the way he raises the eyebrows, so he's like, I don't know about this. You can tell that he's not quite buying Sung-Ai's, you know, cool. Yeah, there's clearly So Young is up to something and something freaky and shit. But it seems more and more that it's, you know, not the case. It's there's really no real indication for it anyway. Yeah. Burn away, what's all the codes? You know, one idea I'd had for the New Year montage, you know, before I actually got around to it, was to maybe do a cover of this, but I only did like a cover of the vocal melody instead of adding chords, because I didn't have the time or patience to work out the chords, because I was kind of in a rush to get the running montage done. I mean, put it this way, the last bit of music I recorded for the New Year montage was a cover of Planet Daikazaku, which I just played the melody on a loop and played chords over it, which sounded nice. And you know when I recorded that? It was literally on the 31st of December. That's how freaking long into the year by that point, and I was still making music. So I didn't have time to, you know, figure out stuff like that. One thing I did figure out though, when I was, my nephew got a keyboard for Christmas and I was like testing it out before Christmas, and I was playing the Zelda main theme, and I figured out the chord progression on the keyboard. Like, there's probably there's been variations of the Zelda main theme, but I was thinking in terms of how it appears in Wind Waker, which, from what I can tell, is A mixolydian going into C major. Or A minor, if you will, in that kind of common way that like guitar people kind of pointed out, where some songs will like start out in like say C major and then go into C minor, but it's not necessarily going to C minor. It could be playing more E flat major, but C minor is a relative minor of that. But anyways, I can see how it works with the melody. If you start out in A mixolydian and go into C major, that F note that it transitions into is kind of the blues note, and the chords essentially that I can work out is A. And as soon as because when the melody goes, it's like you got that F, then you got G, but when it lands on A, that's when the chord switches and the key truly changes, I feel. Because up till then you're still playing an A major chord, at least it feels like it is. Then it switches to F major, G major, I think there's a little bit of E minor in there, and it's D minor, C major, B diminished, and then E major giving it a harmonic minor feel, and then it's back into A mixed Lydian. So, yeah, that's nice. I didn't even try to figure out the chords to the song there. I was too busy rambling. But it's like... it's nice. But yeah, we got a little extra scene here. I'm not even touching the wall, man.
What are you looking for?
There's gotta be an invisible barrier. That's probably why he isn't attempting to get over it, I imagine. Because that wall looks very climbable.
Hey, hee-min. Can I have another candy?
Sanga Kim, there's more to you than first meets the eye. Well, yeah, 50 minutes is gonna be hell's edit, isn't it? But yeah, that was Sanga's route and endings. It reveals quite a bit there, and alludes to, you know, Sanga's character, you know, not being quite... I mean, she's like, her line's just like, oh, you'll be stuck here forever. That can't really... that wording comes into play there for that ending, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, Sanga, there's something not quite right there, is there? But we'll find out a lot more about all the context of the plot in the next rap, and we'll start on that in the next part. But anyways, 51 minutes, that's insane. But whatever, we'll start So Young's route in the next part. So see you next time, viewers. See you next time.